What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, Kamen Rider Zeztz episode 29. Oh my god, what a big reveal. So, before I continue with this video, I will have to mention a lot of important plot points in episode 29. So, basically, there are going to be some spoilers. So, with that said, I highly recommend that you catch up on the latest Kamen Rider Zeztz episodes before continuing with this video. Otherwise, enjoy. Okay? So, basically, what happens is so there's a dream sequence, right? And Baku is surprised to see Minami dressed as an agent. Now, what's interesting about Minami's uniform, or her agent uniform, I would say, is that it is kind of similar to Kureha's like battle uniform. So Kureha does have like two like agent uniforms. So we're talking about like the white shirt, black pants scheme. Again, like also similar to Baku, I guess. But yeah, so Minami is also rocking that, agent uniform. And of course, this shocks Baku. And like within the dream sequence, so they are supposedly looking for a lost cat. And the nightmare appears. So we have the cat nightmare appearing in the show. And this cat nightmare has actually been around very early on, at least within the context of the TTFC side story Agent Minami. So now it all comes together, right? So we can already see how the side story can actually tie into the main show. So now we see again the cat uh, nightmare appear in the show. Now, this could be a personal theory, but the cat nightmare is Minami's personal nightmare. Okay, so what do I mean here? So actually, again, it makes sense if you've been watching the Agent Minami stuff. I haven't really, aside from the stuff that they did post on YouTube, but the rest would be on TTFC. But with that said, uh, like Baku, for example, he has like the catastrophe nightmare as his own personal nightmare. So, with that said, I believe Minami's personal nightmare is the cat nightmare. Now, how is Minami actually getting tied in all of this? And actually, like looking at the new opening sequence for Kamen Rider Zeztz, so it actually drops a lot of hints already, and it makes sense. So in one frame, like after Agent 3 does does that, so there's like a cat jumping out of the back, and the eyes of the cat turn into like human eyes. And like a lot of eagle-eyed fans have pointed out that the shape of those human eyes perfect perfectly match those of Minami's compared to any other character. And looking at the code emblem, like the logo for code, so looking at the left side, so there is like half the face of a cat. And I believe in episode 28, so Minami decides to like quit her day job, okay, as a talent manager. She calls her agency, and then she pulls out a necklace, or like she pulls her necklace, and as you would see, like as it was put on the table and it's kind of zoomed in, it is actually shaped like a cat. So like the cat theme is very much you know being closely associated to Minami. Now, basically, so what happens at the end of the episode? So what happens in the episode rather? So before we get to then, because again, this is a big reveal, and we'll talk about that later. So the nightmare appears. Trouble ensues, and for some reason, Sieg or Jeek, I don't know how they're gonna pronounce it or how they're gonna spell it in English. But nonetheless, Tachibana-san appears and actually confronts Minami, or I guess that's what was supposed to happen. So, uh, so he confronts her, but the camera cuts, and then we move to the next scene. So Baku finds the cat nightmare. Now I'm basically just really trying to summarize as much as I can. Um, so, anyways, so Baku eventually finds the cat nightmare. Uh, you know, he transforms into Catastrophe and tries to beat the crap out of it as fast as possible, because it is his strongest form by far, and it makes sense, like, to do that because it'll end the fight much quicker. So, Tachibana-san's there, he's just watching, and then Nox arrives, and then he confronts Tachibana-san. So, what happens is, so as Baku, in his catastrophe form, uh so he uses his catastrophe weapon. I forgot the name already. God dang it. So, anyways, he was about to throw that finisher when he was stopped by Nox, and he suddenly drops info. Now we really don't see what happens in between those scenes, but the reason why Nox basically prevented Baku from finishing off the cat nightmare is that the cat nightmare has has been Minami herself. So again, we don't really see it on camera for some reason, but again, maybe with Tachibana-san using his powers, he merges Minami with the cat nightmare already. So basically, Minami was trapped inside the cat nightmare's body and was out of control. So upon realizing, of course, Baku is devastated, knowing realizing that he had almost killed his sister. Again, if basically they are still within the nightmare world, but whatever happens to Minami in that world, well, that's definitely gonna affect her in real life. And well, if you finish off someone within the real world, well, guess what? They're done in real life. So that's what again, Baku realizes what he had almost done to Minami. So, and basically the episode ends with Nox dropping the biggest bomb yet. Minami isn't even Baku's sister, apparently. And on top of that, she is indeed a code agent herself. So, so we don't know what's behind this yet, but we are going to see some backstory drops in episode 30. So come next episode, right? So basically, again, Nox drops the revelation that again, Baku and Minami aren't real siblings. So I guess the only thing that needs to happen now is for either Baku or Minami to get trapped in a washing machine or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's something that's bound to happen, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, but again, with the Agent Minami thing now a real thing, or it has been actually real for quite some time, and like it was like played in the TTFC side stories as like again as a joke. But now that Minami is revealed to be um an actual code agent, so what happened? So why is she, assigned to be Baku's sister or something? So again, those things are going to be shown to us around episode 30, because we see there's a clip of Minami receiving, like she was talking to Zero, and I mean the agent Zero, so not the Zeroider. Um, so he received, or he basically like handed her some documents, like basically like her mission. So again, we're gonna learn more about that in the next episode. Now, with that said, so there actually have been rumors about this going on for quite some time already. Like, again, the cat reference in the new opening sequence. Like, again, so the cat turning to Minami's eyes. Again, like the cat necklace on Minami, and the basically the entire side story, the TTFC exclusive, now make sense, and they now basically have, you know have been completely integrated into the main storyline. So again, now Agent Minami is canon. So with that said, there are also rumors for a female writer, what within, coming at a later point, I guess. So there was like a hand-drawn design that has been going around on the internet for some time as well, and they're like kind of like cat-like themes on that costume. So now this begs the question: is Minami actually going to become a writer at some point? So that is also something that we might have to watch out uh, in future episodes. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. With that said, I'm going to give Kamen Rider Zeztz episode 29 rather, good 4.5 out of 5. So I guess again, like the not necessarily like mind blowing thing, but you know, because there are already rumors going around before episode 29 regarding Minami and her true identity. So like that lore drop from Nox. So he definitely knows something that Baku doesn't. And again, now I am really invested in learning more about that, like what happened, I want to know. So with that said, again, it's a solid 4.5 out of 5. So tell me, what do you think down in the comments? And as always, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time. Bye.